Hey y'all, my name is Jasmine. I do videos on nursing, fitness, and lifestyle. If that's your jam, consider subscribing. And if you already subscribed, hey sis. We are going to get right into this video. I have 8 tips. 8 tips for incoming nursing students. I know that everybody is getting their welcome letters and acceptance letters for nursing school for fall of 2023, and I just thought of like 8 tips for all the incoming nursing students to help you on your nursing journey. Tip number 1, you want us to start tip number 1, you want to start your semester off strong. When I say that, what does that mean? Prioritize those first early exams. If you start your semester off strong, when you're getting towards the last couple of weeks of class and you're like, I can't look at another book, I can't read another sentence, I don't even want to look at another video. You can fall back on those really good grades that you got at the very beginning of the semester. So on those first, I like to prioritize my first 3 exams and try my best to get really high scores on those. Make sure I am reading my book, I'm doing practice questions, I'm just on top of stuff. So when I get a little bit burnt out in the end, I can lean on those good grades. Tip number 2 is be open-minded or be flexible. What do I mean by that? My very first semester of nursing school, we were all brand new to nursing. One thing you will find out about nursing is that it is nothing like your prereqs at all. The way you study for nursing has to be different. The way the questions are worded and where the exams are completely different from your prereqs. A lot of the issues that other students have run into is not wanting to change the way that they studied before, not wanting to be in study groups, or not very receptive of the information that they were getting from the nursing instructor, which was crazy to me. But and I really feel like that was the problem for some students. So tip number 2 is be flexible. Be flexible in the way that you study, the way that you take tests. Be open-minded, be flexible, be receptive to constructive criticism. Tip number 3, girl, get you a planner. I don't care if it's plum paper, Erin Condren, or if it's just from Target or Walmart. Get you one, stay organized, okay? The last thing you want to do in nursing school is forget that you have like a HESI due or an AEQ due, and it's the night before and it's like 11:30 and you got to turn it in by 11:59. You don't want to do that. So it's very important that you have all those assignments written down with something that you carry with you often. A lot of people do digital planning where you can have it a Google Planner on your phone or your iPad. Get you a planner, be organized. Number 4, read your book. It was so many videos that I watched were like, don't waste your time reading your book. Read your book. I don't care if you only skim through it. The teacher is not just pulling questions out of thin air, okay? The questions have to come from somewhere. I learned my lesson first semester. Even if I didn't read the book, I skimmed through the chapter and I read like little boxes. There'll be like a little box that's there. It shows a small diagram or at least like a concept map. Those I made sure that I did read through. I did skim the chapters for certain topics, especially the ones that wasn't very clear to me. During lecture, my teacher would lecture on something. I'd be like, I don't understand. That's when I would definitely use my resources as far as my book. Should be your number 1 resource. And also like YouTube videos. Registered Nurse RN, Sarah, she's bomb. But read your book. And tip number 5 is prioritize your mental health. I will honestly say that my first semester was a struggle. I was very much used to getting all A's and school was pretty much easy and I really didn't have to study for anything. I was used to getting 4.0, President's List, and getting into nursing school and having to settle for a B was hard for my mental health. Having to actually study was hard for me. Thinking I was going to walk in and it was going to be easy, and it wasn't. was hard for my mental health, but also nursing takes a lot of your me time. And I know some people are able to juggle stuff like having an active like lifestyle where, well, not active, social lifestyle, and they're out and they're going out and things like that, but that's not for everybody. And that took a lot of adjustment for me, and it did kind of make, along with the burnout, it felt a little bit depressed. So you want to really prioritize your mental health. Keep your why at the front of your head all the time. I know that going through this, I wanted to be a nurse my whole entire life. And I know going through this was the only way that I was going to be a nurse. And I knew I was doing it for my family. So I kept my why at the beginning of, like, at the front of my mind at all times. And working out when I got the chance to did help with my mental health. So going into this, you need to find out what's little things that you can do to make you feel better. And number 6, to just kind of piggyback off the mental health, you want to have a good support system, even if it's people in your cohort. I have my husband who, when I fail a test, I come and I just be crying my heart out. Or my mom, who I talk about stressful times and things like that. But people in your cohort will also be able to understand completely what you're going through because they're going through the same thing with you. Having that support system is so important. Never feel like you're nagging or, you're just doing too much, because you need to vent, because you got to prioritize that mental health. So having a support system for people to cheer you on, to give you motivation when you need it, to be, inspirational quotes, because my husband is good for sending a good inspirational meme. Number 7, don't discuss your grades. Now, when people used to say this before, I was like, why not? Yeah. After an exam, people like to be, there's the people who's like, oh my gosh, I did so good. I got an A. I got an 87. I got a, Then there's people who is on the verge of tears, okay? And talking about it with them, that's it. That's the last straw, okay? That's that 13th reason. And so what I've learned is to just not discuss the test and not to discuss the grades. When I had, first semester, I had a teacher who did Scantrons. So then we're all sitting around waiting for her to grade the Scantrons, and then we're like, oh, well, what was this question? What was that question? And the test that I felt really good about, they made me feel horrible. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I know that I'm failing. And I felt really bad until we finally got the grades. You don't want to feel like that. I feel like it's better just to not discuss your grades altogether, because something that was easy for somebody else may not have been that easy for you. And then now you don't feel good about yourself. And number 8, which is probably the most important, if you need help, ask. Seek help if you need help. I'm telling you, first semester really put things in perspective and really weeded out people. It was a lot of people who needed help and that did not reach out. Me, on the other hand, I was in my instructor's office every day. What do I need to do? How do I fix this? How do I do better? And there was ways that she explained to me that I can study that was different from the way I was before. And that did work. And that I still use to this day. So if you need help, you need to reach out to people who are able to help you. A lot of the other nursing instructors that I had have an open door policy where you can come to them if you need help at all. Our nursing coordinator is wonderful. And so make sure that you have those resources when you're just not sure what to do or how to do or anything to be able to help you. So those are 8 tips that I feel like all incoming nursing students should know. I'm pretty sure there's plenty more. If you have any tips for incoming nursing students, because you are a nursing student, or if you were a nursing student, go and put them in the comments below. And if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed, what you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all later.